Ja, schönen guten Tag zu einem weiteren. Sorry, it's in English this day. Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Dukascopy with JForex webinar. Sorry for the latency, but the phone call the client. So, all right. So the topic is like it is, and the headline questions from the forum in English. To be honest with you, it's really hard to hi Paulina. It's really hard to yeah to separate or to identify questions because there are usually some basic, not basic, but especially for a part of program or from for a part of the code. So usually it's how can I say, you you only see finished strategies only when you click on you see maybe we can do this like this. You only see of course the example strategies, but also you can click on strategy on the blue button, and then you see a bunch of strategies. These are from users. You see here the name or here the username, and these strategies are yeah, at least was you see HMA stochastic November. So apparently they took part or take part in the Dukascopy trading contest. So you can always see public strategy examples, get some ideas, trading ideas, whatever, maybe copying something or adding to your code or whatever. So maybe it's a good tool to yeah to learn how to deal with JForex. And of course you have our forum. You can find on let me see, not this one. Here we go. I answered the question. So when you start at Dukascopy, you click on trading and Visual JForex G Builder, and then the last entry is Visual JForex Forum. And yeah, so we have a full, not a full, but you have at least 6 different languages which you can choose. So mainly it's as you can see, as post counting is very high. So for English, so and then you can whatever topic you want to read it or get it some infos about it, you click on it, and then you hopefully you find your answer to your voice. Please add a new topic and then ask your questions there. All right, back to the strategy. There you go. Okay, this is a strategy done by a user who had some problems with identifying. The user wanted to create a method to identify buy stop and sell stop orders, pending orders. So once they are filled, first of all created, and then filled, and then closed, he wants to identify which of them filled the order with. So it's quite tricky, and I also learned something, so this is also very good. So first of all, I mean the strategy is I don't know. I don't comment on if it makes sense or not. I don't comment on this, but I can comment on the solution, which is quite new, never presented before. So maybe it's a little bit useful for you too. So first of all, you have to imagine that I mean we are in the middle of the schedule. So I'm pretty sure you know a little bit about JForex. So I'm pretty sure you dealt with positions viewer and loop viewer. So you might know that positions viewer and loop viewer are almost work the same. First of all, they build an area now, a column, a table, if you will, with positions, with parameters of positions. So if you have a look at this one, you see PUF is identification for position right here. So if you click on cell, you have these parameters from the positions, from each position. So the positions list is, you know, is created when the position, of course, exists. So if the pending position is created and submitted successfully to our service, then you have positions list. But you cannot or you don't have access to close price and fill time and so on. It's absolutely ugly. So the full package of the position list, of the parameters of the position list, is available when position is filled, first of all. So if the position is closed, the whole column, the whole array is gone, is it's not accessible anymore. So if you want to check if a position is closed and in which way it was closed, or which position was closed actually, then you have to take a small trick. So this is the whole strategy. It's taking highs and lows over the past 120 candles and so on. So here are some calculations, and here are some conditions when you enter the market. But the most important stuff for us right now, for me at least, to present it to you, is how to identify if it was a sell stop or a buy stop. Okay, by bit. First of all, you have to take a command. Usually on default, if you check this, pending open, by default it is, let's delete those. By default it's empty. So you see str, which means string, so just a string value. So in that case it's cell 1, cell 2 for the sell stop. For some reason he wants to have two pending positions because this strategy is a part of a bigger tree. So I don't know what he wants to create in the end, but I'm pretty sure he knows what to do, at least in his strategy. So this is what I just can command. Okay. So you have to create a command, cell 1, cell 2. You don't even have to set the output value as a position. Don't even need that, but you can, of course. And then I assign trade sale is false. So first of all, I check here if trade sale is true, then trade, or then open or create pending position on certain entry values. Okay, and the same for buy stop. Okay, buy 1, buy 2. All right. Okay, it's the same. Okay, so I just mentioned earlier that even when you take on tick start point and you wanna check if the position was closed, you can see it, but as soon as the ticker was released, the position or the array the strategy wants to have access to is gone. So it's not possible to access to look at the parameters inside anymore. So the trick is here to take as a start point the trade event. Right here, just make it a little bit bigger. Okay, so if the last trade event message state, which you can find, trade event, okay, you find it right here. Okay, you cannot see it. All right, here, there you go. And then, of course, immediately, so you drag and drop this one and do that block, and then you have a selection, and then you choose close. So if it's closed, which is apparently, oh, I see it's double. Okay, I have to do this. So if the current or if the last trade event statement is closed, it's checking if the let's make some space. Let's create some space. Come on. Oh, I'm sorry. There you go. Okay. So then it checks as a last trade event trade message position command, which is right here, str. So it's a string. So if it's like sale 1, then assign the trade sale to true. If it's sale 2, so if not, and if it's 2, then do the same. So only if a closed position for some reason, only for sale 1 and sale 2 is if the buy condition, the original buy sell condition is closed, then your the strategy assign the trade sale, which is Boolean, to true again. So that means that the strategy can start from the beginning, but can start checking for conditions for entering a trade. And the same as for the buy 1 and buy 2. So this is most important part. So basically what I did present, or a client asked a couple of months ago something. He wants to count his close positions. Maybe I can find it. Close count. This one, yeah. All right. So I create this one on tick start point, which was apparently wrong, obviously wrong. So basically, you just need to do this to count your close positions. That was a mistake by myself. So most important thing is, if you want to check for close positions or created positions, you have to always take the trade event start point. Otherwise, you get not the true value out of it. So on tick means only if you have open position, then you can or then you have access to the full position list parameters. So this is quite important, and so with a lot of testing and with help from my colleagues, I did find this out for myself. Maybe it's a little bit useful for you as well if you need this for your logic. Right. So this was the first one, which I think was quite important. What else we can have a look at? Okay, these are mean. Let's check this one. Maybe just get a little bit more common with it. I just took a means modified strategy, which was originally done by user. So as an introduction, the user enters the market when the SMA 200, you can see here, SMA, okay, it's but he wrote this in the forum, when the SMA 5 is bigger than the SMA 100 and it's bigger than the SMA 200, then enter a trade. Exit a trade if the A is falling, and the vice versa for sell. Okay, so I just want to show you. I just want to show you because it's really, really hard. If I get the original one, this one, it's really hard for us if we get those kind of strategies. I mean, I don't know if it's, um, maybe an error in reading. I don't know, but I mean, there are lots of blocks, so it takes, I mean, 5 to 10 minutes to, sort this things out. And maybe it's more useful to create groups or something, because then if you extend the groups, groups are in front, so you can easily, okay, this is going to be, or to this is going to happen here, and so on. So this, to be honest with you, I mean, it's your choice, of course, but I kindly ask you to provide such kind of view, because it's really hard to determine where the error is, because first I have to find out, uh, yeah, which order or which flows of order of blocks, uh, yeah, is going to be next. All right. So, and I mean, did a quite nice job to sort things out, and apparently, I don't know, I tested, but I'm pretty sure he's doing it right. So you can see it here on tick, which is most important. You have here the buy position state, which is filled. So this one, if this one gets true, I'm pretty sure, because then, as I told you before, you have a full access to the position list, to the move pause, open pause, buy position, and so on. So this is working on tick, but if it's if it's like this, just to like created or closed, then you don't have access to it. All right. Okay. Just to check. Oh, okay. So okay, he assigned some additional values. Okay, I didn't. What is okay, commenting on a strategy done by user. More from no questions from the forum. What else do we have? What else do we have? Pending orders with this. Micro charts. Maybe this one. Rounding, take profit price to 0.1 pips. So the question is this one. Order rejected. A condition is sell order. Reason invalid. This is the reason, which is quite often. Reason invalid price format. Please use increments of 0.1 pip. So this is an error message which appears in the JForex platform. If you like this user used the martingale user 2, which is quite old, and so this martingale is entering markets with the EMA, if I can remember, um, if I remember myself correctly, and so it is the EMA and certain pips above and beyond, and above and below. Um, there are some entries, and the entries are based on the EMA. So as you know, the EMA is a irrational, so double value. So it has, I don't know, very long digits. So of course it causes some problems when you take, I don't know, 8 digits after the comma to end trade. So this means just that you have to uh, round it somehow. And at this point, when the martingale strategy was created, there was no round function in JForex. But if you rebuild this strategy, um, or rebuild any strategy based on indicators which are double format. So if there are, I don't know, 8, 10 digits after the comma, and if you build it new, or if you create it new in a new way, it should work now. So this error should not appear. We are currently right now testing it, but it seems to be okay right now. Okay, so if you rewrite the strategy, then it should work. Okay. What else? Flow time, filtering period. Okay, what was this? Da, 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 da. Okay, this didn't answer. Strategy once. Okay. At least in my version, it's in German, and so far I believe in English. I always tell, or I always show that if you run this kind of strategy, and it's just the whole picture of the strategy is somewhere above here. If you want to run a strategy on remote server, you have to always add the instrument. It's the difference between the local mode or local run and remote run is simply the local run automatically takes the instruments you described to, which is almost everything, or at least not almost everything, but at least those instruments which you are currently using. So meaning you are testing, I mean, before you run a strategy on remote or local, you test the strategy first. So so that's the difference. So this strategy should or could work. I'm not sure because I always additional information, and this could work on local mode. I think you wrote this. Strategy runs good local, yeah, not in remote. But if you want to run it remotely, you have to subscribe for certain instruments. Otherwise, you get exceptions or errors. So if you want to use one instrument you want to subscribe to, then of course you have to add simple filter, default instrument, last candle instrument, or you'd say euro dollar is the candle instrument. If you want to run on multiple currency, it's not working in historical tester in Visual JForex, but it's working on JForex. So you have to either build your strategy, which you create, on default values, default, like here, put default instrument, and you have to put it, which is by default true, you have to put it as a global variable, and you have to build it, and then you get, come on, and then you get something like this. Just a second. So just as an example. So you have, created your strategy and you have built it, so you can easily drag and drop the whole strategy as a block. So these are what you can see here, the global variables, and you can change them. So if you have here default instrument, which is here dollar yen, then you can easily say, okay, let's take another one. Okay, so I chose the Aussie yen, and then you can easily, no, that's what I don't want to show. So here I have euro dollar, come on. Euro dollar, then you can easily copy paste like here, and you can easily take whatever, US dollar JPY, and so on. And then you can trade on two different currency pairs. and you are subscribed to them. Okay, independent and so on. All right. So this is quite important to add those filters. To add those filters. Okay. Okay, but this one was due to an update from. All right. What do we have else? Online manual. Okay. Online manual. Maybe we can say. You see, so first May. We have an online manual, as you can see, or at least a documentation. You can click on it, and then you have, oh, come on, you have explanation. But it's more like, you know, what it is more like when you click on, when you have a certain log, and then you click on info. This is the only documentation we have right now. There are a couple of videos in our not only presentations, of course, but there are a couple of videos in the YouTube channel from Dukascopy. This is first solution of our manual, and of course the forum, and of course via email support at dukascopy.com. So our first aim is to make it stable, in order to make it, to run it on live, and so on. This is our first aim to yeah, make it tradable for everyone, and then we will focus on the documentation. All right. So next one, how to subscribe to a feed for John. To get started. Okay. So okay, this is a little bit, entertaining. User asked, anybody can point me to the right direction on how to set my stop loss appropriately. This is a very tricky and funny question, because yeah, it's you have to determine this on yourself. The whole strategy you have to determine on yourself. Of course, you can always be influenced by some some trading ideas from different users, from forums, from I don't know, TV, or strategies from friends or family, whatever. So you have to maybe read a lot to make it, proper adjustment. I mean, the code at itself is one thing. You know that you have always the option to, if you have a strategy and you run this on historical tester, always have, hopefully I can, yeah, you always have the optimization button. It's maybe one thing to determine, okay, which settings are maybe the best or could be best. So this is one measurement, maybe. If the FF are estimated, you will lose your mind. Be careful with the auto trade program, guys. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Seriously, he is right. So for me, for my understanding and my recommendation, first of all, if you're not quite sure what did you program or something, so I mean, the guideline for me is, for me personally, I mean, yeah, if you have a different opinion, of course, it's your opinion, but really testing. So half a year, something real time on demo. So it maybe takes a lot of work and time to, really let an automatic strategy run freely without any influence by yourself, by manual trading or something. So maybe it's more recommended to, make some I don't want to make a recommendation, but my first own opinion. Uh, made maybe an exit or an entry strategy, and then you observe your strategy if it's going in the right way or something. So if it's taking the right entries, then okay. But if there are news time or some press releases which are leading to quite volatile markets, then it's yeah really hard. I mean, when it comes to closing or to adjustments of positions or something. So please be always please make sure that you're quite aware of what you're doing in that way. Okay, so yeah, this is just the one of the users said it's a matter of opinion. Stop loss and take profit should be based on the trigger engine and so on. So he advises take profit and bar candle are more important than the stop loss. So yeah, so it's really based on opinions. So um, maybe it's a really good way to test an historical tester first, of course, and then you made up your mind maybe, or to clarify your opinion, what is best to you or what fits to your strategy best. Or problems was using the optimizer. Okay, rounding pips as the same stop loss level. Let's see. Where the function and account setting stop loss level. Okay. This is related to I believe not to JForex. Where's JForex? Let me see. Yeah. So the stop loss level is probably this one. So this is the account stop. Okay, I don't have it. Oh, here. Stop loss level. 81U. So you can change this, of course, and it's very important to secure your account, of course. Okay, here we go. Okay, what else do we have? How to tell if the last tick was higher than the prior tick. It's also quite interesting. So this is probably a simple question, but I can't find the solution. Is there a way to tell if the last tick was higher or lower than the tick that preceded it? And then Lean answered it, a colleague of mine. He created a strategy, which we want to show. Import. Okay, so he uses a sort of container, a sort of, that he saves us the old tick with and compared it with the new tick. So put any tick in a container. Well, not put it, but if it's higher than 0, it's just on every currency pair that is the case. So then you consider, or you get the delta, which is the subtraction, the container or the last tick minus the container, and then he calculates the pips, and then okay, is maybe something missing. Okay, once again, and assign back the container to the last tick. So that means that if you have at least 2, then it's always comparing the old tick with the new tick. So this is quite useful, and it's apparently maybe not an easy or simple question, but it's a really useful question because if you are maybe I will also put this on the facts that frequently asked questions. I mean, it's only one, but it's really useful for some reason. Okay, what do we have? calculate the max and min temporary day. I said, first of all, did we manage it? I think, yeah. But the user didn't answer my questions. Okay, anyway. Okay, simple idea. Highest yesterday, lowest yesterday. So temporary highest today, temporary lowest today. So basically, this one is from yesterday, which can easily be set up. Can we? Okay, it makes no sense. Let's study how highest lowest. Okay, let's see it in Visual JForex. Import. Okay. So okay, I think you made it a little bit too complex. It should be really done easier. So if you so the guy wants highest yesterday, lowest yesterday, which can be easily set up with get historical candle. You know, get a candle, wait for the new form candle. So add the filter default period is equal to candle period, and then wait for it and set up um, with shift 1, and then take highest and lowest of yesterday. So this one is easy. The temporary highest today and the temporary lowest today, sorry, is in that way easy to get. Just take the daily candle. Don't use the filter that you have to wait for the new candle. Just start on candle event and put in last ask candle, which is, you know, should be on daily, and then you can easily check this. Or if you want to make it more more default wise, you know, that you can easily enter any time frame you want. So say, okay, if you have, you know, 1 hour chart, 10 minutes chart, 4 hours chart, whatever, you can relate it, you know, with get historic candles. So you say, okay, get the if the you know, if the candles amount, I mean, if you take 4 hours or something, and then take the last one, the last candles of it, to see if there is a new high low or current high low, whatever. Or you can also set up the get time unit starting with 0 o'clock or 22 GMT, which is settlement time right now, and then you can say, okay, after the candle, after the time of settlement, what was the highest and lowest point? So you can easily, you know, save it as a container and always save if there is a new lowest or a new highest point. So there are a bunch of ways to do it. So yeah, I don't know why it didn't answer usually. Yeah, suppose maybe yeah, maybe he found this out. So he thought I didn't get his point. All right. Why is my view that different? Ah, okay. Okay, need help on calculation. Okay. I need some help. I've created a logic for 3 soldier and 3 color candlesticks. But I need the logic to open position if every candlestick has body more than 10 pips. So this is the question. So here's an absolute from candle open minus candle close. It's bigger equal to 7. Oh, testing candle. I answered him. And let's see what I did answer. Okay. Oh. So basically, this is a strategy, and yeah, to um, determine the body of, or the length of the body, length of the candle, body of a candle, whatever. You can easily set it up. Okay, if you can either do it in this way, that you check, okay, if there is a green or a red candle, and then you can say, okay, okay, but I think it's not working. Oh no, it's correct because the length is a positive number in that way because I changed the operators. Okay, then you have your body and then you have the length. Okay, but if you can also do it another way. You take here open close like here, and then you can also check. Okay, well, but this is the more common way to, yeah, I believe that's the best way to do it. My personal opinion. All right, so quite easy. And then of course take the length length and multiply by the pip sizes, then you will have 0.00, or no, 12 or something for 12 pips. So you have to calculate it in pips back. Okay, okay, this is that. 10 minutes left. Nested strategies variables. Let's see. Okay. Okay, my position counter is not working. Yeah, this is the one I showed. Which is not working. So, or which is working with the logic I gave you now. Which one was it here? So this is basically what the client or the user wanted. So check for close count as less than 5. If it's less than 5, then do your strategy. But if the close count is, then bigger or equal to 5, then do something else, whatever. I don't know what the user wanted. So this is basically the way the close position were counted. And yeah, so this logic is wrong. This one I gave to the client. But no, I can reply. Okay, so I will, because yesterday it was locked. Okay, I will reply to the post and then you have a correct one. Okay, are there any other questions? Any other questions? I'm afraid no. Feature requests. Maybe to this one, Ishimoku indicator. I know that a lot of, at least 2 or 3, wants to have the Ishimoku indicator. I requested that. Unfortunately, right now it will not be implemented. It will be implemented later, so in the future, of course it will, but not right now because it's too complex. But I'm preparing it in German, not tomorrow German webinar, but I will prepare it for German viewers, and maybe the next time if the topic is matching with my then I will present the strategy indicator, if you will, Ishimoku. So you take the Ishimoku, you can easily set this up, or maybe it's not possible because it's in the future. Let's see. Let's see if I can manage it. I hope I can get it. If not, then I do apologize for my wrong estimation. Okay, but I requested it as well as the purse bands, the percentage Bollinger bands. Um, I'm waiting for the answer of the developers, so it will be hopefully implemented soon. But the Ishimoku will take a little bit more time, I believe, because of the future. You know that Ishimoku is a little bit taking some candles ahead. So it's probably hard to implement in JForex. All right. So if there are no questions, you can easily start, or not easily start, but I can also ask for some, creating strategies, maybe even complex strategies or something which will be presented here. Please bear in mind that we only have 1 hour to present the strategies, so I can remember at the beginning that there was a webinar for 2 hours length, so it's very hard for both for the audience and for the presentation. So yeah, so if you have any questions, please contact us in the forum, write to me and the community, write to our support, which we will answer. And yeah, stay in contact, please, if you have some ideas. We are looking forward to have some ideas to to fix something or whatever. So write us, and yeah. So see you next time, and have a nice evening or lunch or whatever you or wherever you will. So have a nice day. Ciao, ciao. Bye, bye.
Thank you, Dirk. Bye.
Bye. Just there's the last. What happened in strategy platform? What do you mean?
Yes.
Money? What do you mean exactly? Do you mean in my strategy or no? 1 minute ago. This one. I'm sorry. I want to join the web. Mm, Well, it's hard to catch you right now because I don't know. So your access was on web, and you see or you saw no strategy editor or what? Because this one right now here is the platform. So this is quite different from the web interface. I'm afraid you can only run strategies on, or at least initiate running strategies on the platform. So there is no way to do it on web applications, like whatever, in the mobile or in when you have web access. All right. Otherwise, if you have detailed question, please write us an email to support@dukascopy.com, because it's really hard to figure out right now what you're meaning. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Bye bye. Okay. Thank you. Bye.